From the immortal pen of James Fenimore Cooper came stirring tales of the early American frontier, when freedom-loving pioneers were carving a new nation out of an unknown, savage, and untamed wilderness. Stories of those exciting days and of the courage, daring, and devotion of men like Hawkeye, the first of the long rifles, and his tribal brother Chingachgook, the last of the Mohicans.
Hawkeye!
Did you find him?
There.
Alive, I hope.
2 men die.
What about the third man?
Not look. Come find you first.
No doubt whatever. These are the men we've been looking for. Army payroll messengers. And now, murdered.
There's still another man, Lieutenant. I'll be right back.
Can you tell me about the men who attacked you?
5, 6 men, they...
Did you ever seen them before? Do you know who they might be?
No. One of them, his hand.
What about his hand?
Burnt. Red scar. Ugly. My brother, Colonel Courtney.
Your brother's Colonel Courtney?
Tell him.
A brutal slaying, but not the first of its kind. Like shadows, the highwaymen vanish as though they'd never been. I've just sent word off to my brother's wife. I'm glad you heard his last words.
If the Colonel
Here's
does
something worth digesting. 2 acts of violence, each ending in the death of an army payroll messenger, occur on roads leading out from Hudson Point. Have you ever been there?
No, sir.
The persons guilty of these murders must still be in that vicinity. Perhaps we could find out something if a man like yourself could establish a legitimate reason for staying there.
Me? Well, I'm fit to be tied if I have to stay in the same place for a couple of days. I'd have to turn you down, Colonel.
The Hudson Bay Company are establishing a trading post in this very spot. I shall order them to place you in charge.
But, Colonel...
Will you do it? For me. I should be most grateful if you would.
You got me beat, Colonel.
No. No.
In hunting and trapping, a man has to take the bad with the good. Some seasons you get plenty of furs, other seasons aren't so good. But this is never good for the Indian. We've been here 5 days and haven't suspicioned one man yet. Except maybe Jim Foster.
Him always want buy rifle.
He's bought 3 rifles already. Takes money to buy rifles. For a man who only works for wages, hauling timber up and down the valley.
Hello there.
Hello, Jim. Thought you said you were leaving on a delivery haul.
No, Mr. Donlevy put off me leaving for about a week. I reckon I could be interested in buying another rifle.
What you doing, Jim? Collecting rifles for an army?
I sell 'em.
Is that so?
Sure. I was somebody at a farm or tiny hamlet in need of a rifle, and I sell at a profit to me. Get married. Bought me some farmland. Any extra money I could make, I put down in payment. I'll take it. Only I won't have the cash for a couple of days.
Oh, I guess the company will trust you. Just sign it right there. Say, Jim, do you know who those men are out there?
They're surveyors for an outside big land company. Make this place their base. That fella driving is Sam Martin. He's surveyor in charge, and he's no good.
Say you want some powder?
I didn't say, but may as well now you've suggested it.
Kind of a lonely life for a man in this place.
Well, there's Brown's Tavern.
It's a pretty girl there, I noticed.
It's Mr. Brown's daughter, Sally. Fact is, me and Sally are marrying. Some folks turn up their noses on a girl just because her father runs a public place.
Oh, I don't. I like people. Trust them.
That's good. But don't trust Sam Martin.
Well, that's for me to decide.
I reckon it is. Well, thanks. See you later.
So long, Jim. Well, things are picking up. Jim Foster buying rifles and selling them, he says. Now there's Sam Martin. I guess I better get to meet Sam. Take care of the store.
Lucky. It's my deal. Sally, I've been away a week, and I ain't heard you mention you're happy to see me.
Sure I am.
Don't sound convincing. Try again, Sally.
What would you like me to say?
Well, all these yarns we've been hearing about highwaymen, seems like you might have been worried about me.
You can take care of yourself.
How about calling on you like before Jim Foster?
Hold your temper, boy. If Sam says anything improper, 'tis up to me, her father.
Well, like I say, I'm grateful to you. But still, I'd like to know why you, a stranger, jumped in to help me.
Well, let's just say I don't care for Jim Foster. Got reasons of my own. Here's a nice copper kettle.
Well, I reckon I didn't act exactly polite to Miss Sally. Fact is, I knowed her before Jim Foster did. We talked once of marrying.
Maybe it's just her way of making you jealous. After all, you're a much more important man than Foster. Surveyor, in charge of a crew. Maybe you don't try to see her enough.
Well, I get orders from the office in the Capitol and have to obey 'em. Lots of times, me and the men stay out surveying longer than any of us likes to.
Well, the country's got to be surveyed. More folks moving out here to settle.
Well, let me say much obliged once again. I'd like to think you're my friend, as I'd like to be yours.
No reason why not. Goodbye. That surveying job may be true, all right, but it might be a cover-up for something else he's doing.
We not know anything now.
No, we don't. But maybe we'll find out who we're after pretty soon.
How we learn?
We'll catch him in the act. We'll be witnesses. You'll be leaving in the morning to see Colonel Courtney at Fort McKenzie.
It's been decided then. We'll go ahead with the plan suggested by Hawkeye. Indian Cove, a wild and secluded place. Lieutenant, you and your 5 men can hide there.
Yes, sir.
It's now the 4th. Towards the evening of the 9th, 2 men of your choosing will appear at Hudson Point. Take lodgings for the night. They will let it be known that they're on their way to Fort Adams and to Fort Donaldson with Army payroll currency. They will visit the tavern. Talk freely.
I understand, sir. How about something to eat? Brown, you say it's dangerous riding these forests carrying so much money, but I say we ain't afraid. We got rifles and we know how to use them.
Well, it's your lives.
Do you note the way Sam Martin is listening to them army messengers?
Jim's serious now. No matter what suspicions you may have, there's nothing you can do.
A lot, if I can prove my suspicions. And maybe I can.
Hello, Foster. You looking for something?
You know what I'm looking for.
You tell us.
I will. You're the highwayman who've been robbing and
Sam?
killing all those...
This man is out of his head.
Let him talk.
My brother up at the Capitol wrote me. He seen the both of you when you was there, gambling more money in one night than you earned in a year.
No, Swayze, don't shoot him.
You heard what this polecat said, Sam.
Sure, he thinks we're the highwaymen.
It's more than think, I know.
That's right, Foster, you know.
Sure he does. That's why we gotta put an end
That's
to it.
why we gotta convince some people different.
Not me, you can't.
You don't bother me, Foster. It's the townspeople we're gonna convince.
You're not making sense, Sam.
It'll make sense if we prove someone else is guilty, won't it? Like Jim Foster, maybe?
Me? You can't put this on me, Martin. Not when you're the guilty one.
He talks too much, Swayze. Think maybe you can do something about that?
Think maybe I can, Sam.
Such a nice fella he seemed, too. Gonna be a shock to a lot of people in this town when they find out what he really was. A highwayman and a killer.
Martin and his men not here.
Noticed that. Jim Foster's missing, too.
Maybe trapped not work.
I don't know. The lieutenant and his men are due to leave in the morning. Martin and Foster should turn up somewhere before then.
You're whatever law we have around here, aren't you?
As head of the trading post, I guess I am.
Then you know about those highwaymen, the ones that have been killing and robbing Army payloads.
The whole town's been talking about that. Why are you asking?
Because I found them for you. Caught them red-handed.
Are you sure you know what you're talking about, Martin?
Well, I can show you easy enough. Just come along with me to Jim Foster's cabin. Crown currency, Army payroll money. And here's a bunch of government papers. And here's a bag belonging to the Army.
It's hard to believe that Jim Foster...
It's not hard to believe when you see this and this. I told you, I always had doubts about him. And when he came to my room and wanted me to buy some of the land I'd been surveying, me using my name and him to be my secret partner, and he flashes money like this, well, suddenly I got suspicious and came here.
Got anything to say for yourself, Jim?
It's the first I've ever seen of it. It's a trick. It's Sam Martin's way of...
The first time, sure. You're guilty of those Army payroll robberies.
Listen, men, when I went to Martin's room,
I already told him why. So you could offer me some of this money to buy land for you.
Don't listen. Don't believe him.
It's not what I say that counts. It's this evidence. And it's up to you to take care of this. And Foster. Till you can turn him over to the military.
Sam. They're carrying a lot of money.
I don't care how much money they're carrying. We just proved Jim Foster guilty, and we ain't taking the guilt off him.
All right, Sam.
No, we sit this one out. Twice a week we go out surveying. Then the big prize will come along, and that's the one we're after. All right?
Where's Jim Foster?
He's locked in the back room.
He still tells same story?
Yeah, same story. He says Martin's a guilty man.
What you believe?
I don't know yet. Did you learn anything?
No. Martin not follow messengers. Spoil plan.
It sure does. Well, I guess we'll have to turn Foster over to the military.
You'll come back, I know it. I'll pray for you.
Thank you, Sally.
Foster gone. But we not know if they have right man.
Not yet, but we will. I want you to take a message to Lieutenant Trelway.
Horses ready? Be ready.
Tell the lieutenant.
How long are you going to go on brooding over a man that's liable to get hanging any day now? He never was any good, Sally. And you and I... That's what I like in a woman. Heart. And that...
We're as hungry as twin bears after a winter's famine.
What about venison?
Now that's talking. Ain't nothing better tasting in the world than good wild game.
Good.
What did you find out?
They leave early in the morning for Iroquois country. They've been mighty free with talk. They're charged with delivering their regular yearly token payments from the government to the Indian chiefs of the Six Nations. It's a young fortune, you all realize that.
We'll give them an 8-hour start. They should be well on the Iroquois Trail by then.
We can save a lot of country by cutting across Silver Lake. We'll meet them at Diamond Head.
After it's over, we'll run our wagon into that canyon there and lose it. Then we'll divide the money as we agreed and scatter. Here they come. Every man knows what to do. You're surrounded on each side, so there's no use trying to resist. We want all the money you're carrying. All right, both of you, get down off that wagon, hands raised. Now!
Stop! Or I kill!
Come on, Martin.
How did Foster get here? I thought he was in prison.
He took a little holiday to help us catch you red-handed.
If things hadn't turned out happy for them, I'd never forgiven myself.
This not good life for us. Too many people. Too crowded.
You're right. We'll lock the door, leave the key, and go back to the forest where we belong.
From the immortal pen of James Fenimore Cooper came stirring tales of the early American frontier, when freedom-loving pioneers were carving a new nation out of an unknown, savage, and untamed wilderness. Stories of those exciting days and of the courage, daring, and devotion of men like Hawkeye, the first of the long rifles, and his tribal brother Chingachgook, the last of the Mohicans.
Third band of those Hurons we've seen in 24 hours.
All in war paint. Mean trouble.
Yeah, big trouble. The question is, for who and where?
All go same way. No paleface settlement that way.
Well, maybe they're going to a big powwow, war council of some kind. We'd better find out about it.
What are we gonna do?
Hey, Clinch, come here, read this. Read the sign on the cold. No pottery on. Read this. Pottery on. Read this.
Serious.
You, kind of getting your wind up there, ain't you, Mr. Milburn?
Not a bit of it, Mr. Mackenzie. My newspaper prints the truth as we see it. I don't want all you people getting panicky about this, but we've got a pretty serious situation to face. I think we better all face it fairly and squarely.
Well, don't make much sense to me, posting up a bulletin like that. Trying to scare the wits out of all us people and based on nothing but rumors.
We've more than rumor to go on, Mr. Mackenzie. Mr. Runnell here is the spokesman for all you people. If he'd be kind enough to come into my office with me, I'd be glad to tell him all I know about it.
Sure, Mr. Milburn, I'll come in with you.
Oh, Sam. Sam Durbin.
What's on your mind, Milburn?
You're kind of picking a poor time to go to your trading post, aren't you, Sam? Haven't you heard the news about the Indian uprising?
Uprising? There's not an Indian on the warpath within 200 miles of this settlement. Ask Jock Mackenzie there. He's been fur trading in the territory. Go on, ask him.
I ain't seen any Indians, I know that.
Of course not. Milburn, you're just trying to get me to stay here and ruin my business.
Now, you know that's not true, Sam. Look at that wagon of yours, loaded with all those barrels of gunpowder. If those Indians attack, we're gonna need that powder right here.
If you want it, you can buy it from me.
You can't endanger the community that way, Durbin. That powder may be a matter of life and death to all of us.
Told you how you can get it if you want it. Don't any of you try coming out to my place and taking it away from me, neither. You not only get gunpowder, but a good, healthy round slug of lead besides.
Well, come on, Mr. Runnell. I'll be glad to give you all the information we've obtained. And that's why we sent word to all you farmers and trappers to come in here to the settlement, Mr. Runnell.
If this is true, Mr. Milburn, we're sitting on a powder keg here in the Mohawk Valley.
It's true, all right. If the Indian war spread to this valley, and Hawkeye is sure they will, he'll be right in the middle of it here.
Hawkeye?
A fur trapper and a scout. He brought in the news.
But this settlement isn't a fort. We're not much better off here than we would be by ourselves.
I know. As soon as Hawkeye gets back, We've got to decide whether to stay here and defend our homes or whether to evacuate the village.
Where is this Hawkeye?
Up north, around the big lake, scouting. His Indian partner, Chingachgook, reported some restlessness in the Huron tribes.
These Hurons are dangerous and tricky. This could mean trouble. When do you expect Hawkeye back?
Yesterday.
You mean he could have been killed or captured? I don't think we should wait. I think we should evacuate the village right away.
How do you know the Hurons aren't waiting in ambush for us to do exactly that? No, we've got to give Hawkeye a little more time. Without his report, any action we take, it'd be like we were blindfolded.
You see? All Huron chiefs together.
Yeah, and it must be something pretty all-fired big to get them all together. Even that big high chief, Makago. Look, there he is. Oh, I'd sure like to know what they're up to.
They wait for something. Maybe him.
Kanaya. Kanana.
I'd sure like to hear what's going on in that lodge.
What about Brave?
We'll get rid of him.
Now, we'll make you the same deal we made all the other tribes that joined us, Chief.
What deal?
The North American Fur Company agrees the Hurons will keep their lands forever. And you've got Jock Mackenzie's word for it. We'll pay a top price for all the furs you can deliver. Well, all we ask is that you sell your furs to us and nobody else.
What about white settlement?
Well, them white settlers are as much trouble to us as they are to you. The more that move in, the more they ruin the fur trade.
We drive out. Will mean much blood.
Well, how you get rid of them is your concern, not the company's.
Hurons, great warriors. To take warpath need much guns, much powder. Company give?
Well, in time, yes, but not right now. You see, they got to come all the way across the big water in great sea canoes. You understand?
Need guns now. Later, no good. Settlement be too strong for Indian.
Well, I'm telling you, we ain't got them to give you. A few rifles, perhaps, but no ammunition.
Guns, no good without fire powder.
Yeah, wait a minute. I know where you can get powder right now. More than enough to attack the white settlement.
Where?
From Durban.
Durban. Yes.
You here?
Plenty. The Hurons are taking the warpath. They're planning on attacking the settlement.
Many die. Many lose scalp.
Unless we can warn them in time.
White man and Mohican.
Don't let him get away.
You go, alone.
Leave you here, that's the last thing I'd do.
Not good, you died too. Many white settlers died.
But you can't hold them off by yourself.
Not take me easy. His only way to save white settlement. Now go!
There goes the white man. You take care of the Mohican. You, come with me.
Chingachgook!
Where's Paleface? He's dead. I killed him.
Now, let's go to Durbin's and get that gunpowder, eh?
What do we do with Mohican?
Well, we might need him later. Take him to the village.
Off the deep enter.
And that's why the Hurons couldn't afford to let Chingachgook and me escape. I had to pretend to be killed to get away. You see, they have to keep their deal with Mackenzie and the fur company a secret.
You say Chief Macago wants to attack this settlement as an example to all the other tribes?
That's right.
How soon will the attack come, do you think?
Well, it depends on how soon the Hurons can get ammunition. The fur company can't supply it just now.
And then we're safe.
Well, not quite. Mackenzie told the chief they could get all they needed at Durbin's.
Sam Durbin's?
Of course. He came through here with his daughter on his way to his trading post at Long Point. Had a whole wagon load of trade goods.
What kind?
Powder, shot.
Enough to attack the settlement?
More than enough.
I told you before I left to have everyone come into the settlement.
Well, everybody else did come in. Told Sam Durbin, but he wouldn't budge. Said he'd spent a whole year building his place and he wasn't about to walk off and leave it.
He won't ever leave it if those Indians come after his powder.
You think we ought to evacuate the village?
No, you'd be better off here than you would be in the forest with a war party of Hurons after you.
We can sure use that powder Sam Durbin's here. None of us are oversupplied with it.
Maybe there's still a chance, if I can just get to Durbin's before the Hurons do.
Some of us here can go with you.
No, I'd better go alone. The woods might be swarming with Indians. Maybe there won't be an attack, but meantime, you'd better get ready for one.
Well, you heard what he said.
Wait! Don't shoot, Durbin.
Who are you and what do you want?
I'm Hawkeye. I've come from the settlement.
Won't do you no good. I told him I'm staying here.
At least let me talk to you.
All right. Come in with your hands over your head. Keep 'em covered, Martha. Now then, just what are you doing up here?
I came from the settlement to bring you back with me.
Oh, no, you don't. I told him I wasn't coming back for no reason, and I meant it.
All right. Stay here and get yourself and your daughter killed if you want to, but I'm not going to let the others be killed.
What do you mean?
I'm taking that back with me.
My powder? Oh, no, you're not.
The Hurons are on the warpath. They need that powder to attack the settlement. They're on their way here right now to get it.
Poppycock. You heard I had the richest trade in the territory, and you're just trying to scare me away from it.
That's the honest truth. The Hurons have gone on the warpath.
I'm surprised they didn't get here ahead of me. You can depend on it. They'll be here.
All right, we'll just wait and see.
No, we won't. I'm not going to stand by and let the settlement be destroyed.
Okay, you keep them covered, Martha.
No.
Huh? Now look what you've done. What's the matter with you anyway?
I believe him. Maybe you're stubborn enough to let lots of people get killed, but I won't let you make a mistake like that. Now make him help you load the powder on the wagon.
I'll do no such thing. Now you give me
Do as she says, Mr. Durbin. Now move. Thanks. That's all.
Here's work. Hard to turn your back on it. I sure hope it's the right thing.
It's the right thing. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's the trading post.
And we got out just in time. We'd be dead now if you hadn't.
Oh, sure and tarnation, I was wrong, young fella. Thanks.
We still have a chance. They've surely picked up our trail by now, but at least they don't have horses. You better drive like you never drove before.
Get up.
Can you fix it enough to get back to the settlement?
Well, I can try, but it'll take a while.
A while is just what we haven't got. I'd better scout back a ways and see how far behind us the Huron are.
It won't be long.
No.
Here, you stand guard. I hope that'll hold.
What is it?
An Indian.
Don't shoot. It's Chingachgook. I'm glad to see you alive.
Huron, not smart.
This is Chingachgook, my blood brother. Now, let's get started quick. The Hurons must have heard that shot.
I'm sorry.
Hurons, come.
Get in the wagon. Keep down out of sight.
Give me your pistol, Durbin.
Get going, Durbin. White man lead on false trail. Bring bad medicine. You lie. You say paleface dead. White man word no good. Bring evil spirit to Hurons.
Listen, you weasel-faced heathen. Now, wait a minute, Chicago. No sense in losing our wits over this. We can still make a deal about
No
this
deal. White man go. If find in Huron territory again, Abatida! There's a few people back at the settlement who'd kind of like to talk things over with you, Mackenzie. Now, come on.
So you did bring him in. I told you that's what he was figuring on when he jumped off your wagon. Well, he brought in your man for you, Lieutenant.
I'm Lieutenant Mavis, in charge of the advance guard for Major Bradley's battalion.
There'll be a garrison here in a week, Hawkeye. This settlement will be turned into a fort.
Then you'll all be safe from Hurons.
I hope you're going to join us here, Hawkeye. We could use a couple of men like you and your partner.
Afraid not, Lieutenant. Chingachgook and I have got a little trip to make. Back in Huron territory.
You can't do that now, not after what you've done to those Indians.
Miss Durbin's right. They'll be out to lift your scalp, sure.
Why do you have to go back out there anyway?
It's got a little fishing to do.
Fishing?
Yeah. I got a long rifle and a powder horn. Got dumped in the lake a while back. Wouldn't feel right without them. We'll be back again.
The immortal pen of James Fenimore Cooper brings you thrilling tales of excitement, blazing action on the early American frontier, stirring adventures filled with the daring and courage of Hawkeye, first of the long rifles, and his blood brother, Chingachgook, last of the Mohicans.
Time for talk gone. Words, no good. This answer, and this. With these, we drive out white man. With these, we take their scalp.
It was great Manitou, brought bad winter. It was snow and ice, drove off animals, not paleface.
Thunder Sky once great chief, mighty warrior. Now grows old, afraid like woman.
Empty bellies sound loud, but long rifles of white men speak louder.
If Thunder Sky not take war path, Tuscaroras make new chief with heart of eagle, not pigeon.
I don't think that's such a smart idea, Great Bear. Thunder Sky has been a good leader of the Tuscaroras.
White man have no right talk at council of tribe.
I wasn't talking to the council, Great Bear. I was talking to you. Thunder Sky, I hope you don't mind our dropping in on you this way.
Hawkeye and his friend Chingachgook visit Thunder Sky many times. This time should not come.
Bad winter. We hear of many empty bellies here. That's why we come. To help our red brothers.
Red brothers help selves.
Plenty food in settlements, plenty powder, rifle. We take. Tuscarora lives.
Council is for men, not papoose.
Let's look at it another way. Sure, you'd get some of us, but for every one of us, our long rifles would kill a dozen of you. What would be the good of that?
White brother has plan.
There's plenty of food and supplies at the Winslow Brothers trading post. They'd be glad to trade with you for furs.
Need furs, trade with Winslow. White man chase away animal, no fur.
I'll talk to Winslow, arrange credit. Give you food now to tide you over later. When you do have furs, you can pay him back.
Winslow, like all paleface, no trust Indian, no give food.
I'll give him my word.
Hawkeye speak with straight tongue. Winslow trust.
We wait for 3 sons. If Hawkeye not keep word, Tuscarora put on war paint.
did not kill. I did not kill.
I'd like to believe you, Running Deer, for your father's sake.
It is true.
We come in here and find the man dead and you with a sack of stolen rifles?
I came to steal rifles, yes, but not to kill.
You steal? Man catch you? You kill man with his own gun?
No, it was other man.
What other man?
Man who shoot pistol and run out.
Well, I came in here right after the shot. I didn't see any other man.
You run into woods before you come.
Did your husband own this pistol, Mrs. Winslow?
No. I don't know. Perhaps he had it in his stock. I don't know.
I hate to bother you at a time like this, but would you come back to the settlement with us for the trial?
Trial?
Yes, your trial. For the murder of Matt Winslow.
No. No, not white man's trial. They hang Indian.
You guilty? You hang.
Indian always guilty in white man's court. You kill me, and Tuscarora take warpath against white man.
If I let you go, the white men will take the warpath against the Indians. Well, I'm sure you'll be all right at the end, Mrs. Winslow. If there's anything more I can do, you let us know.
I'll be fine. Thank you.
Oh, Hawkeye.
Got a prisoner for you, Fargo. This is Running Deer.
Son of Chief Thundersky.
Chief's son, huh? What are you holding him for?
For trial. For murder.
Whose?
Matt Winslow.
You don't say. So Matt's dead. Wait till the town hears about it.
That's why I want your guarantee that he'll be safe here. I promised him a fair trial.
When folks hear that an Indian kid murdered a white man, they'll get a rope ready so fast.
No, not hang, no.
If anything happens to this boy before a trial, we'll have a full-scale Indian war in our hands.
Why'd you do it, kid?
I not kill Mr. Winslow.
Huh? Starting already.
Lock him up quick.
In here.
Where are you men going?
Oh, we just been talking to Mrs. Winslow. We want the Indian kid that shot her husband.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of any trial being held as yet.
And there ain't gonna be. Because we're hanging him right quick.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure you are.
Dana Bennett's the name. The murdered man was my partner.
Now, look, Mr. Bennett, I brought Running Deer in. I don't know whether he's guilty any more than you do, but I do know I promised him a fair trial.
What right did you have to promise a no-good redskin a trial of any kind?
Red or white, he is man.
How would you like it if some Indian tribe made you run the gauntlet? Not because you were guilty of anything, but just because your skin was white. And there's another thing that we must think of. If we don't prove to Chief Thundersky and the Tuscaroras that we know how to handle justice properly, we're going to be up to our necks in the biggest Indian war you ever saw.
Don't want any Indian wars around here, Dana.
How are you going to handle a trial here? We've got no judge.
We can send to the capital for one. He can be here in a few days.
All right, boys. It only means waiting a few days and he'll hang anyway. If the Indians want a trial and makes them any happier, let them have it.
Right. All right. You're doing the right thing, Mr. Bennett.
I hope so.
Guess maybe Hawkeye was right about the trial, Dana.
There isn't going to be any trial.
What are you talking about?
That redskin killed my partner, and I'm not taking any chances on a fancy-talking judge from the capital setting him free at a trial.
But you just got through telling the boys
Only
that...
because Hawkeye was right, and a lynching would start up an Indian war. But I got another way figured. By the time that judge gets here for the trial, that murdering redskin, Running Deer, is going to be dead.
How quick can you get to the capital?
2, 3 sons by horse and canoe.
4 to 6 days round trip. I guess it'll have to do.
Chief Thundersky only gave us 3 sons to get food for tribe.
Yeah, I remember.
1 son already gone. Owner of trading post killed. Trial not for 6 sons. Maybe Running Deer hang. Hawkeye, how you keep tribe from going on warpath?
You make it sound like a real heavy load.
Well, even strongest man fall on trail. One load is too heavy.
You get that judge here as fast as you can. I'll do the worrying for us at this end. Aranya.
I don't understand why you're so interested in the Indian boy, Mr. Hawkeye. He did kill my husband, didn't he?
Well, that's something we won't know until after the trial, Mrs. Winslow.
Perhaps you won't. I know.
He said he heard another man in this room arguing with your husband.
Matt never argued with anybody.
Well, could there have been another man in the post that night?
There are usually men in here at night. Traders, townspeople.
How'd he and his partner get along?
Dana, they were like brothers. Why, those two men were... Why are you asking me all these questions? You know the Indian boy is guilty. What are you prying and spying about?
Just trying to bring out the truth, Mrs. Winslow. Your husband left a pretty well-stocked trading post. He must have come through the winter real well. Who's going to run it now?
Why, Mrs. Winslow and me, of course. I brought some more supplies round back, Laura. I'll put them in the storeroom as soon as I find out what our friend here is so curious about.
I came to see about a business deal for the post, Mr. Bennett.
What kind of deal?
Well, the Tuscaroras need food and supplies pretty badly. They'd like to get them here.
Have them come and get them. That's what we're in business for. Tell them we only want prime furs, though.
They'll bring them in, if you don't mind waiting a bit.
For what?
Well, you know the kind of winter the Tuscaroras have had. They wound up without furs or food.
They want food, let them pay for it. Cash your furs on the barrelhead.
But Dana, if the situation's like Mr. Hawkeye says, if these Indians are actually starving...
Laura, you haven't been listening seriously to all this.
Why can't we wait for a couple of months for payment, Dana?
Have you looked at the books lately? Matt was a great guy, but a pretty soft businessman. Haven't 100 pounds to show for the business we've done.
But Dana...
And if that's not enough, have you forgotten so soon that it was an Indian who killed Matt? And a Tuscarora Indian to boot? You can tell your redskin friends they're not welcome at Winslow's.
No, sir. I just don't like to see a man hang. Any man.
Me not hang.
Only seen one before. But that was enough. The way the fella's eyes, the funny little dance he did. No, sir. I do just about anything to keep from seeing another.
Why you tell me this?
Because it's going to happen to you, kid. Sure as I'm out here and you're in that cell. You haven't had your dinner.
No hunger. But I no kill Mr. Winslow, and Hawkeye gave word trial would be fair.
He lied to you, kid.
Hawkeye's straight tongue. Lie? Why?
To get you in there with no trouble. To save his own skin. He knew you'd hang.
Me get fair trial.
Fair trial. An Indian in a white man's court. Funny thing. I sure hate to see a man get such a raw deal. Yes, sir. Just can't stand to see a man hang like that. If I let you go, will you do something for me?
Yes.
Just tap me on the head. Not too hard. Just enough to make it look like you broke out.
We do.
Help! How did Running Deer escape? I gave him his food, and all of a sudden there he was, out. He nearly killed me, too.
It's all your fault. If you'd let us hang him, it'd never happened.
That can't be helped now. Listen to me. I'll give 20 pounds in silver to the man who brings him back, dead or alive.
If they shoot him, Chief Thunder Sky will take the warpath.
If he's not brought back and hanged, we'll take it. We'll wipe out the whole Tuscarora tribe if we have to find Matt Winslow's killer.
£10 we agreed for letting him go, wasn't it?
Right. But it's a good thing I got a hard head. One thing I don't get, though.
What's that?
Why a man would let his partner's murderer escape.
You don't have to get it. I have my reasons. Only thing wrong, should have been killed.
Hawkeye, like serpent, speak with two tongues.
Hawkeye speak with straight tongue.
You say you're friend to Tuscarora, and you take Running Deer back to the settlement to hang him.
I took him back for trial to stop trouble between the Indians and the whites.
What did man in jail say?
He say Hawkeye lie and bring me to settlement to hang.
I'm afraid it was the jailer who was lying. How did you get loose, anyway?
He let me go.
Why would the jailer do that?
So I not hang.
Maybe I figure there's another reason.
Son, do not lie to father. He tell me he not kill white man.
No more talk. We go. Take food, guns.
All right, go ahead if you're so bent on putting on the war paint. But you're just going to run smack dab into an army of whites with long rifles just waiting for you.
Then there'll be war to death.
There doesn't have to be.
Great Hawkeye have answer to this, too.
If we can prove that Running Deer is not guilty and that the Tuscaroras are honorable and peaceful, there won't be a war. You'll get all the food and supplies that you need.
Can you move a mountain?
Yes, there's only one way. Take Running Deer back to the settlement and turn him over for trial.
Make sure everybody's got enough powder and shot for 20 rounds. Anybody short of ammunition, have them get it from me. We'll be ready to march inside of an hour.
We'll show those redskins they can't go around killing whites. If the Tuscaroras want...
What do you make of that?
What's the meaning of this?
The Tuscaroras are bringing Running Deer back for trial.
There ain't gonna be no trial. This Indian wants to stick his neck in a noose, we'll oblige him. Hey, Jenkins, there's a length of rope back there. Get it.
Hold it up, Jenkins. I wouldn't be so hasty if I were you. The whole Tuscarora tribe is surrounding this settlement in war paint.
You don't know what you're doing, Hawkeye. The whole town's stirred up. There'll be a full-scale war right here in these streets.
If there's a peaceful trial, there won't be.
Trial? You can't hold these men back 1 hour, let alone days, waiting for some judge to get here from the capital.
Who said we'd have to wait? This is Judge Holmes from the Capitol. Shall we get on with the trial?
After hearing the shot, Mrs. Winslow, what did you do then?
I ran into the main room of the post. That's when I saw him.
Go on, Mrs. Winslow.
Matt was there on the floor. And that Indian was standing over him.
Was there anyone else in the room?
No.
Were there any weapons in evidence?
Yes. There's a pistol on the counter.
Is this the weapon?
Yes.
Had you ever seen it before?
No.
Is there anyone else you could possibly think of that might have had a reason for taking your husband's life?
No. Nobody. Nobody could have wanted to kill Matt.
Thank you, Mrs. Winslow. That's all. Running Deer, you admit that you came to steal rifles? That Mrs. Winslow found you just as she said?
Yes. But I no kill him. I no kill him.
That's all. Then you corroborate everything that the other witnesses have said.
Well, I will say it looked that way when I came into the post.
You found Running Deer as described?
I did?
And you saw no other men?
Nope.
I see. Thank you. That'll be all. In view of the evidence given, the statement of the witnesses, and the complete lack of any evidence to the contrary, the court has no alternative but to find the prisoner, Running Deer, son of Chief Thundersky, guilty of murder as charged. It is, therefore, the sentence of this court that...
Hold it a minute, Judge. There are two witnesses that you haven't called yet.
I wasn't aware of that fact.
You might ask the jailer who paid him to let Running Deer escape. The other witness is that pistol you have on your desk.
What has this pistol to do with the witness?
Someone owns it. And I'd say that the man who owns that pistol is the man who shot Matt Winslow. Now, if you'll notice, there's some very pretty silver filigree work on it. Every bit as good as this on Mr. Bennett's pistol. I'd say they were a matched pair.
Why, they're identical matching pistols. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Bennett?
Why should I have to explain? What reason would I have to kill Matt?
I was thinking about that. The trading post has done pretty well this year, but there isn't much silver in the till. Now, if one partner was taking money out and the other caught him, that'd be reason enough.
I thank White Brother again for my life.
Tuscarora no can trust paleface. We'll remember. And the white squaw go Indian thanks. We'll pay many prime fur for trust you show us.
It's the least thing I could do, Chief Thundersky, after having misjudged your son as I did. Looks like Mr. Hawkeye's taught all of us a lesson in justice and tolerance.
Maybe I learned a little something myself. It's always good to know that men really want justice, whether it's a white man's court or a red man's council.
Join us again at this same time next week for another of James Fenimore Cooper's gripping tales of the early American frontier. Another exciting adventure of Hawkeye and his blood brother, Chingachgook, last of the Mohicans.